All right. Welcome to Leadership in 320. My name is Brennan,
And I'm Mitchell.
and we're back. What was that?
That was half of an exorcism there. I don't know what that
That
was.
was you.
I feel lighter.
You ate like half a bag of Fruit Loops right before hopping on here. I think that's what those were. Don't do that.
You don't want to smell it?
I don't think I'm going to smell any Fruit Loops if I did that. Oh, what
I tasted them.
It smells like meat. Rotten. Like,
I got a second dose of Cheerios Fruit Loops.
I got a second dose of Cheerios. Cheerios.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. I apologize to
Yeah,
our
that was
listeners
that
out there.
that bubbled up.
That was
That was one of these ones where you almost the only way to get that is to snap your mouth, cover that.
Well, I
up.
couldn't even. It came up so hot. I couldn't even close my mouth in time.
I think if you were to shut your mouth, it was either gonna come out your nose or your eyes.
I was coming out somewhere. Ears,
ears,
head, shoulders.
Well, this week we talked last week about Charlie's welcoming in another member to his crew. So the Cooper man is still rocking and rolling.
That's right. We got he's not rocking or rolling yet. More rocking, I guess.
All is well.
With assistance.
And
Yeah.
he's
The Kent boys are tearing DeGraff to pieces.
and he's how many weeks old? 2
weeks old.
2 weeks. So pretty soon he'll be, as we said, when you're gonna count by weeks or months or whatever it may be.
Right now, for
We
a
should
while
have
there,
taken
we should have taken hours.
We should have taken a poll. That's what we should have done the last time.
Who would we taken a poll from?
For whoever wanted to respond. When is the appropriate age for when a child is no longer referred to in months any longer?
I feel like 2.5 is plenty.
No,
2 years.
3. 24.
2.5.
I don't know.
How old is he? He's 28 months. No, he's too old to be talking like that. Is how old he is.
If you can ask him how old he is.
If he can tell you how old he is, he's too old to be talking like that.
Oh my God. Yeah, maybe that's the marker. If the child can tell you how old they are, then they're referred to in years. Maybe that's what it is. That could be. Anyways, I teased. I know everyone was very hanging on to the edge of their seats. Very suspenseful.
Don't you mean they're on the edge of their
your
seat?
teeth.
You don't hang on to the edge of your seat.
Hanging on to the edge of your seat.
You're on the edge of your seat. You don't hang on to the edge
I think
of your
I've heard
seat.
that before.
I
Hanging
think, yeah,
on
I
to
did
the
too.
edge
It
of
was
your
right now. It was the only time ever. Everyone's hanging on to the edge of their seat.
You almost just made me say something mean.
You just said something dumb.
You don't want to be told that you look or act a certain age, but then you go wear a damn hat like that.
I just got this.
No, it's a nice hat.
Yeah, and what about
You
it?
just became a dad again, not a grandpa.
I like this hat.
Yeah.
It's a twins spring training style. I already got. You got a
I
twins.
think you're going to really like it in about 20 years. So make sure you keep good care of it.
Brennan,
You're going to grow into that one.
jealousy is just not a good
almost-
look on you.
It's almost twin season.
Close. Spring training starts this week.
Is that a fitted cap?
Yes.
Like it's fitted?
Yeah.
So there's no way to adjust the size?
Why would you want it?
Because it looks like your poor melon's
No,
getting squeezed bad.
no, it's perfect size. This is the go-to. I like the flex fits, medium large.
When we get done with filming, I want you to take it off.
I will.
You're going to have a red line painted right
No
here.
way.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Oh, I
This
can
fit-
see
this
it.
fits
No, don't
com-
you dare pull it up higher into the hairline.
It's my hairline. I had to pull
Yeah,
it
no,
back
that's true.
here to do that.
That's true.
Going back. Sound like a Dick Bramer.
Mitchell, don't you dare pull it
run
into the hairline. No. Okay, I had teased a favorite quote, and I had alluded to, I believe, which used to be
We said
pretty,
an album you liked.
pretty hardcore Kenny Chesney fan. But I'm finding my way back to him. But we'll start with the quote.
Well, first of all, though, you should probably tell the people why the quote and then the album came up together, because or else, it doesn't seem like it really
Well, I'm
makes
going
sense.
to, but we're going to start with the quote.
Yeah, I think
I'm getting myself out because I don't want to butcher it.
yeah, hit him with the quote.
I should have looked at how to say the name again. You said you knew of this individual, Thomas Aquinas.
Aquinas.
Well, that's how you're saying it, so I'm going to say it that way. But, anyways, if the highest aim of a captain were to preserve his ship, he would keep it in port forever.
I like that.
What does that mean to you, Charlie?
I mean, you're not going to, you'll be able to stay safe, but you're not going to be able to get anything accomplished. Because I feel like the whole point of having a ship isn't to not sail it around.
No, I think that's exactly so. See, we're
So,
on the same. We're on the same wavelength. That's
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna, well, it's kind of like me when speaking of my hat. I used to get a hat, and the more I liked the hat, the less I wore it. Doesn't make any sense. I'm saving it for what? I don't know. But I mean, yeah, if you're not going to take any chances, take any risks with things, I mean, congratulations, you've accomplished nothing other than staying still. Well, and there's nothing wrong with that at certain times. I feel like staying safe, making the safe call. We're not talking about, playing out in traffic here. We're talking, we said this before. Every now and then you got to do something that scares you a little bit.
Like Kevin. That's what Kevin says.
Yep.
That might be little things or big things.
Well, it doesn't. You can have different scales of what that looks like. We're talking about either, trying a new item off of the menu from your favorite restaurant, or what? Get fish tacos every time. I don't know. I might try those chicken fajitas next time. I might get a little.
Oh my gosh! Hey, see, this is what happens when we get derailed. Because as you know, that you have a little. No, I'm saying you have a little.
I'm taking the ship out of the harbor.
You have a little Ross-esque. We like to say for our friends fans. The episode that we literally watched last night was the episode coming off the Joey, Rachel, Charlie, Ross switching.
No, we were just talking about that. Yeah, we just talked about that before.
But the fajitas. And then the party it was already shot from the beginning. But when he came out and holding those big things, what did they say? You don't have any oven mitts on? Well, that's gonna hurt tomorrow. Anyways, I had to say that then. So no, fajitas. I'm not sure what fajitas are, but
they're delicious.
Try to eat them.
It's like I feel like it's the Mexican way of having like a Philly cheese, like a chicken Philly cheese, because it's like onions and peppers and stuff on there. So I feel like it's kind of like
chicken.
Well, yeah, with chicken fajitas.
Doesn't sound bad.
No, it's delicious. We actually just ate them last night.
You made fajitas?
No. Ashley's sister and our brother-in-law, so Amanda and Aaron, they brought they went to visit the big city of DeGraff and see Cooper and us, and then they left with all the fixings for fajitas they made. So for a supper they pre-made for us. So it was
it was homemade for me.
Yeah, homemade we didn't make it. I'm not gonna take credit for that, but I'm gonna be, because they were delicious.
It was not from a restaurant.
No, it was from
the kitchen.
Aaron's kitchen.
Why not Amanda's kitchen?
Because he's the one who made them.
Oh, okay. I was making sure. Trying to get in trouble.
He did it.
Oh, he did it. He was the one.
He's the one, and then he forgot his cooler at our house, so I'm keeping it. He doesn't know that I'm keeping it.
Is there anything in there?
Not anymore. I think he left it on purpose. Now thinking back, he was like, "Oh, I forgot my cooler there," but really he wanted I was put a case of beer or something in there. I didn't. I just brought it back empty. In retrospect, that would have been a kind thing to do.
Yeah, that's messed up.
That is messed up. I apologize. I
like how you just thought of it.
I did. Too. Very, very selfish.
Not when you were loading up everything else.
I was thinking. As
you were putting all the garbage and the wrappings back in the cooler, you didn't want to even put them in
this?
You didn't even want to put them in your own garbage.
You ever use tinfoil?
You didn't want to put them in your own garbage.
So, yeah, I'm working on becoming a better person.
Oh.
One baby step at a time.
Well, you know what? Progress. Progress is progress.
So again, yeah, you didn't like my fish tacos to fajitas, small scale thing.
No, I just thought it was funny because the fajitas. We already talked about this.
But we hadn't.
No, but the fajitas, that's why I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Wasn't.
So just thinking, I don't know.
Although that's probably not a terribly daring thing to do.
That's why I said it's on all different scales. That was a very, very small scale. Now you hit us with a large scale something, Brennan.
Well, I'll even stay with the same restaurant and the same
This
What did I tell you? That's found on a roller grill, and then I found it on the menu of our local
roller grill.
Yeah.
Oh,
Help me out.
taquito?
Oh, thank you. Yes. So you want to talk about taking a gamble or a risk, compared to just trying something new. Try trying something new, which was a taquito, which
From the New Mexico?
yes, which
That's
isn't a
taking a risk is eating a taquito from a gas station.
oh no. So eating there in general is just a risk, just because
It's
just shut up.
pure delicious. Don't tell me to shut up.
Taquito, which
Taquito.
essentially what I thought is like a giant like egg roll type thing filled with chicken, green
skinnier,
peppers.
aren't they?
No, these ones were big.
I never got one there.
No, and the ends of them are like dipped in like brown gravy.
Ooh,
I think it
it's
was.
like the burrito sauce they got.
Is that what it is? That what it is?
I think so.
Okay, so anyways, it was really good, and they were three, and they were huge. But you wanted to take a risk. Is ordering those, which I never before. Being on antibiotics and then having to run about 7-8 miles shortly thereafter.
You ran that same day? I
had
that?
to. Well, because I couldn't get my butt up in bed, so I had to.
Butt up in bed? What time did you have?
This was during a weekday.
Oh, so you ate these taquitos for
No,
breakfast?
I couldn't get there. Then I was going to get it done after work. After I was upset with myself that I couldn't get it done in the morning. But then some things happened. I couldn't get out of there when I had planned to, which was fine. But then supper was already on the books. But the run still had to happen. Unfortunately, it had to happen after all those
That's
things.
tough.
Yeah, no, that's risk take.
Yeah, you. I think you.
My own fault. It was completely my own
You
fault.
took that ship out of the harbor and you dropped that thing right in the dead center of a hurricane. Is what you did.
Drove it right out as soon as the alarms were going off.
Yeah.
I started getting ready when I saw the guy go switching the flag to the red flag out there. That's when I started getting my boat ready to take it out.
Button the hatches.
No, but that's kind of been my new the new vibe. We took a little vacay right after Christmas, which it was a nearly 22-hour car ride down to Pensacola Beach, which was quite an adventure. But anyways,
Just down the block.
just to go through time, I, instead of just listening to song, I was listening to a couple albums. Came across the Kenny Chesney Song for the Saints album, which is fantastic. Got the island vibes. Oh my gosh. So now I'm completely abusing that in my runs and just whenever I'm
You want to get back?
chumming around.
Get back to the islands.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it, but just kind of the whole idea of it and how that quote kind of just directly.
Yeah, I don't know. How did you stumble across that?
That quote?
Yeah. It's not one you just see.
I'm committed to reading, Charlie.
No, you're not.
I'm trying to read more.
For pleasure or due to necessity?
Well, depending upon.
Well, you say you're trying to read more. If you're trying to read more, it should probably be for pleasure then.
Well, I am. I'd say for pleasure and to be more effective with some of my professional positions I hold, I would say.
That's fair.
Deepen my wealth of
I see you got
knowledge.
Got that David Goggins book, Can't Hurt Me.
That's yours, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I was assuming being was in there, you were reading it maybe.
I'm a David Goggins fan. David Goggins would be ashamed of me most days.
You know what David Goggins is, don't you?
What?
He is a hard mother. You know what? That's what he says.
I think David Goggins would make me feel
inadequate.
Well, that's for sure. I could use David Goggins around once in a while. I wonder how much it would cost to have him hang out with me and whip me into shape.
I think he could light a fire under you, and I think he'd make me feel so bad I wouldn't do anything ever again.
After he left,
it'd backfire.
I'd just be scared.
Oh, yeah.
Be scared he was
Is
there.
he coming back?
Scared he's there. No, he's he is a force.
He's a dude.
Which I think, you know, and we talk about this all the time, you know, when we say about, you know, taking some risk and stuff.
His ship hasn't been in the harbor in about 25 years, I don't think. He just keeps that thing just sailing around out there.
No, and part of it, because it sounds like his ship was camped out in a harbor he didn't want to be in for a long period of time. So he's probably in no hurry to get back there.
Ain't going back.
No, but I think it's just a balance, right? It's not like waking up and saying, oh, you know, I've been playing it too safe, so I'm just going to start raising hell and, you know, make these knee-jerk reaction
You can't
decisions.
just make these rash decisions.
No, I think it's just a little flavor. I mean, I think I played things pretty safe, you know, collectively when I look at my base of decision-making the last, you know, in my adult life. So sometimes I think I could mix it up a little more, which, you know, I like doing those things, you know, in controlled environments sometimes, which again, you know, because what I'm working to do is control all of the risk, which, you know, sometimes
mitigate.
Sometimes, which again, you know, that's part of, you know, making business decisions or whatever else. You have to do those things. But sometimes if you really want to do some moving and shaking, you know, you got to be a little less timid. So I think that's what that's speaking to me in that regard.
What is it? I mean, I think you could look at that, you know, from a social standpoint, physically, you know, hey, what do you do every day? Oh, you know, I work out for 20 minutes and I do these exercises and I run 1 mile. That's awesome. But maybe that is your ship in the harbor. You know, what can you do to spice it up a little bit? Maybe push it to 2 or 3 or whatever it might be. And, you know, socially, if it's, you know, if you just don't like interacting with people when you don't have to, you know, same.
Which is right. I don't believe that.
It's true.
Oh no,
this is true.
Hey, I know what Mitchell's line. It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
For real.
No, it's avoiding complacency. Hey. No. I used to have a boss that said he couldn't figure it out for a long time about how he was completely exhausted at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have guessed, like, you know, the way he presented himself was a really good speaker. But he said he was an introvert. You know, but when he got home at the end of the day, because his job was people, know what I mean? Talking. He just got home and shot. Charlie, what is one difference? I'm not saying you're lying, but let's use this last weekend.
I've got the answer. I've got the answer.
Okay,
right here.
You don't even know.
No, I've got.
Are you gonna let me present it? What's the difference if we're in a social setting? So we're at a basketball tournament or whatever else. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's people that you know, or you see somebody you know. How many times would you say that I am going to go approach that person, go out of my way and approach them and say, hey, you know, how's it going? Strike up a conversation.
Every time.
Never. I would never do that. And it's not because I don't like the person, love the person, whatever else.
I like to be polite.
You go out of your way. I'm not gonna walk right by somebody. So framing this up like down a hallway, not gonna engage in conversation with them. I am not gonna go out of my way where I would not otherwise have the chance to visit with them. I'm not gonna go make that opportunity for myself.
I mean, I'm not gonna go like crawling across whatever stuff. But here's what I got.
You would go if we were at Applebee's. Sorry, Applebee's is our spot. I love referencing. I love Applebee's, and
I'm not going to go across the restaurant to say hello to somebody. If you had to
take a detour of any kind, instead of just someone sitting on your direct route out of the restaurant, you would do that most of the time.
Depends who it is.
If you knew who they were.
If they liked me.
I don't think that matters to you. So I'm having a hard time. You say you're an introvert when you go look for it.
But this is what I've always used as the definition and the way to explain it.
Explain it.
So end of a day, end of a week, whatever it is, right? When you finally have a choice, right?
What?
To stay in, to go out. Like, you know, during the day, it's like you have to.
I got
you. You have to be at work.
So on your own accord, what are you doing with your time?
And what I've always felt, what charges your battery the most? Is your battery getting charged? Are you getting refueled by sitting in your living room, sitting in your recliner, watching a show or reading a book? Or are you getting recharged by going out, hanging out with people and doing all that? I get recharged by sitting in my living room, sitting in my chair, reading a book, watching an episode of something. Like I would pick that like every Friday night. I mean, that's like this is my favorite night to go to bed early. It's the end of the week. Like the battery is jeepers. The battery is kind of I've been beating on that the last couple episodes. But the battery is kind of getting down and I need that Friday night. Like let me stay home and just recuperate. Like,
I don't know if is that the definition.
That's how I viewed it. As an introvert, like what would you want to do to like recharge? Going out to, I mean, I love going out to eat with you guys and doing stuff, but it's like the end of the week. Like,
I'm gonna even go beyond this and
back it up. This is my example. I don't know. What do we got?
It doesn't even matter if you know the people.
No, I like to make people smile.
You are BSing with anybody and everybody, whoever will listen.
Yeah, there was an old lady.
You survey anybody in our summer and or winter volleyball leagues and ask if Mitchell Kent is an introvert, and it would be 100% rate of absolutely not.
And it would be exactly opposite of that if they said, is Mitchell Kent annoying? Because it would 100% say yes.
Well, that's not what I was asking. Two separate things.
So, but it's a show, Brennan. I'm putting on. I'm quite possibly the best.
It's a show, Brennan.
I'm the best actor to never be on stage.
Don't call me Brennan. What do you usually call me? I haven't heard you say Brennan. I was gonna say I've never heard you say call him Brennan.
Bernard. Papa
years.
Bear.
It's a show, Brennan.
I'm the best actor to not be on the stage.
I think what's bugging me about the hat, I like the hat, which by the way, opening day, we're well within 20, 25 days here.
Opening day is the 28th of March.
We're coming in hot here. Anyways, so go Twins. But that hat reminds me of the one that you used to wear in the fish house. It's the same color.
No, it's the same color, but that was like the old man. I love that. I used that one with my tan suspenders.
That used to make me not happy with you in the fish house.
You were jealous because I was catching the fish. It was a lucky hat. And I'm pretty sure
I just saw that picture of a memory that popped up, and it was you wearing your Twins flannel shirt.
My waffle.
Yeah, so that's why I think I'm being.
Yeah.
It's fitting with your get up.
Remember that before Ron, I told him it's my lucky hat, and you guys were all making fun of me, and I kept catching fish, and I go to Ron, and I'm like, you want to use my lucky hat?
Oh my gosh.
He didn't want it.
No, but, the bottom line, I think it's the balance of things. Like you said, if someone, sometimes you gotta, you don't want to get too comfortable either, which again, it's a balance because I think you gotta have your place for comfort, your safe place.
Yeah, you can't constantly be. Every ship always has to come back to the harbor. You just can't keep it there.
Yeah, I think you gotta be willing to take her out once in a while. Maybe take it out more frequently, or be willing to take it out a little. Take it out to sea a little farther.
Oh, yeah.
You're a little more comfortable with.
And maybe it is. It might look different, or you taking her to the edge of the bay and coming back in, or are we making going full tilt and we're going across the globe here, I mean, I think you gotta, whether you're calculating things and, not just doing things on a whim, I mean, I think it's always good to put a little thought behind whatever it is, whether it's, I mean, trying to think, what are large scale items, buying a new house, taking a different job, moving to a new place. I mean, these are things that you're definitely taking the ship out of the harbor, but they're also things where you're not just like, you don't wake up in most cases in the morning and think, I'm going to do this today.
And I think that's the exact problem. I think that was a great point, even though you didn't maybe mean it that way. I think so many times people think that the answer to their problems or, I'm in a funk, whatever else, and that's what they're going to do. I need a new job. I need to go move, whatever else. Where that's not going to bring any fulfillment or whatever, maybe temporarily. Because it was a big change.
Maybe it's not even fulfillment as much as it is you're just getting used to the new.
No, and sometimes, right, that's necessary, right? If you're in a place of toxicity or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? You definitely need to be somewhere else. But for a lot of the other cases, it's like, you need to find some, how to get your harbor out of your own, just when you're talking about normal routine things. You know what I mean? Whether it's exercise or whatever else, become a little more daring and have a little more confidence in yourself and, stop sitting.
I even just think, like maybe it could be other things. Just, I've always done it this way. It's fine. You know, it's maybe not amazing, but it's not bad. And whether that be, you know, how you treat yourself, how you treat your spouse, how you treat your kids, how you treat, you know, family members or just other people you work with, you know, like how can you step out and go out just a little bit more than you maybe have before to expand on where you're at.
Yeah, gotta do something. Don't sit still.
No, fire up that ship and set sail someplace.
I just thought of something, but I can't remember what I was doing.
Sounds fun.
No, I was just talking about the lack of. Some of my routines have changed, which, you know, I've said many times before that these hands are meant for typing, not manual labor.
These hands are meant for loving.
Why did you say that?
I don't know. I love you. I'll give you a hug. Come here.
I don't want a hug from those hairy hands. Ever.
You might change your mind.
Don't ever touch me.
So your hands are made for.
No, well, I just said for typing or whatever, but like, I mean, seriously, look at this.
Like, what about them?
I don't know. Once in a while,
They don't look like they're made for typing. They're so short.
we're
You gotta, like, can you even reach the whole keyboard?
I could type. I could destroy you in a typing contest.
I'm sure you could.
I'm a very good typer.
Those hands, if I didn't.
No, I meant look at. They're just.
Cooper's hands are more worn than yours, and he's only been here for 2 weeks.
No, I said I looked at Brennan. I said, "What the heck?" You know, once in a while, toss a couple dumbbells around or something. But apparently, I
got a little.
I do anything. What is that? That's because your wedding band is.
No, I take it off.
So what are those from?
From lifting those big weights, baby.
Well, I just thought that could be the truth.
I can't believe
Well, apparently
Can you believe that 30-pound dumbbells do that?
You've claimed on this little podcast several times that you still eat ice cream every night.
Not
like
every night.
So it's probably from you not
ripping the lid off the ice cream container.
No, from not letting it thaw it on, eating with a big wooden spoon or something. You got big ice cream calluses.
It's from the ice cream scoop.
Yeah,
digging in there.
That's what you got. Big ice cream calluses. Boy.
I love ice cream.
Let me see the other hand.
It's not as much.
Why?
Because I think this hand is stronger than this hand, so this hand has to like overcompensate by gripping the weights differently. This has got him.
Look at that.
But this one I honestly think that my right hand is stronger. So I could grip the weights better, and this one's weaker, so they slide more.
Your grip. You needed to work on your grip strength.
I do. I've been saying that for years now. It's just, you know, what do I say? It's just, this is who I am. I'm just the guy with a weak grip. If you're ever hanging off the edge of a cliff and you see me, just let go, because I'm not gonna be able to pull you out.
And how much energy should be exerted to help you back up? If you're the one hanging.
I mean, realistically,
you ain't gonna be there very long. You're saying.
All I say is the PSA, public service announcement. If you ever see me hanging from anywhere, just let me go, because I will be strong enough and heavy enough to pull you down with me.
Be a 2-for-1.
Yeah, so just save yourself.
We gotta wrap it up here. We should end on this another teaser, whether it be in our next episode or another one. But some stories about you and I. Bow hunting using climbing stands in the middle of nowhere. There's some stories to be.
When my arm didn't work.
Well, that
literally had my couldn't
lack
use
of
my arm.
well, you were not. We did not, like train you in on the art of how to use it at all. But the fact that, like, how devastating that could have been, like that was really dumb
for me.
For me too.
For you,
yeah. Underneath all 230 pounds, you holding your.
I wasn't 230 pounds then.
The lift.
I was only 200.
Having to put that bottom.
You you shouldn't be doing
standing
something.
directly underneath it.
Yeah,
depending on you.
Having what was this? So this is that winter. We're jumping into this real quick. Before I have my shoulder surgery, another Wheel of Fortune phrase there. I can't move my left arm. It's stuck here. And we still decided to go out bow hunting so I can at least pull the trigger of my crossbow. And Bernard decides to literally help push me up the tree.
Yeah, that wasn't smart.
And I'm trying to climb up there, and then the worst thing was getting down. I literally just drop you my stuff, and then I just try to shimmy down. But
That wasn't a good idea.
This is how many deer we got when we were doing it and sitting on the table. That's how many deer. 0 deer.
Big 0. We had fun though.
Well, you maybe got one. I never did.
No, it was always an adventure though.
Hey, that was, you know what that was a good example of? Taking your ship out of the harbor.
Taking your ship
Getting out of your comfort zone.
That's going to be another one of your lines now. Getting the ship out of the harbor and what's your other one? Come on, say it. It'll be a great way to end it. If I don't prompt you.
Churchill?
No, it has something to do with hill.
Attack the hills?
Attack the hills.
Attack the hills, CC Turlow.
Attack the hills. We'll see you next time.
Until next time.